Will R33 Knuckles fit on an R32? If you clicked on this video, you've been looking for the same answer that I've been looking for like the last 3 weeks. And I found multiple answers. Some saying yes, some saying no because the top control arm is different, the lower control arm might be different. And then on some forums, some people have been like, nah, I just sent it and it worked. So today, we're gonna find out together whether or not R33 Knuckles with 5-stud hubs, which is the whole reason we're doing this, will fit on an R32. Let's get into it. Fuck me, this thing's low. Right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is remove this big sucker, the brake caliper, so that it's just out of the way, because that's probably going to be the biggest pain in the butt. Yummy bearing. All right, I've got the brakes far enough out of the way. I'm not overly worried about these brakes because the whole idea with this conversion is I'll be able to run 5-stud wheels, which means I'll have a shitload more wheels I can put on this car, and I'll be able to put 33 GTST brakes on it, which will increase the stopping capacity by fucking metric shit ton. And now we can start pulling stuff that'll make a difference off. So that'll be next, the steering thing. All right, that's the steering rack ball joint fucking thing, whatever it's called, undone and out. Hint for you when you're taking that out, undo the bolt almost all the way, like leave half the threads of the bolt on at the top and smack the top of the nut so that you don't fuck the threads. So you don't screw up the threads on the thing, but you can still give it a good smack with a metal hammer because you need to get that sucker out. With that now out, we can turn this freely. I've lost the key for this car, so the steering lock is on, which means I couldn't do this before. I didn't lose the key, I just misplaced it temporarily. I kind of know where it is, vaguely. So the next thing to take out is the lower control arm ball joint. So we've got to take the pin out of the top, undo the bolt, and then actually separate it from the knuckle itself. Now that's a very easy thing to do when you have like a metal fork tool that sort of, I don't know how to describe it. I used one on Alyssa's car and it made this job like the easiest part of the whole thing. And then on the second one, I broke that tool. So I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna separate these. We're gonna find out together. Fuck. All right, now's the fun part. I gotta separate this sucker from the knuckle. Oh, no f***ing way. Oh, fuck yes, okay. That was way easier than I was anticipating it to be. Next is the top cap. Fucking beautiful. Oh fuck. And that is our R32 knuckle removed. Let's go compare it to the 33. Alrighty, here are our 2 knuckles. This is the R33 knuckle and this is the R32 knuckle. Now the first difference you will notice is the R32 knuckle has an indentation here, the R33 knuckle does not. Other than that, they're pretty damn similar. The kingpin, I suppose, is, I mean, guessing it's pretty well identical. The angles that everything is on, well, they look pretty much spot on. In fact, the only issue that I'm seeing so far is the fact that I took off the wrong fucking side. This is a left-hand side knuckle and this is a right-hand side knuckle. I took the left-hand side off the blue 33 outside and I took off the right-hand side on the 32 inside, which means my dumbass has to now take off the other side in this gap to see if they fit. I could take the other one off the blue car, but the truth of the matter is that's going to be more fucking around than it is in here because it's really muddy out there. So muddy that I didn't even want to film taking that one out. So, yeah. Pick the camera back up when I fucking caught up for my dumbass mistake. Other than that, they look like pretty damn similar. Like the moldings, everything looks the same except for this indentation. So I'm hoping that they are the same. All right, we just got it off. Good news is, only took an hour. It's time to chuck this in the other side of the 32 and see if it goes in. It's a little tight in here. Please fit. I mean, that's kind of fucking it. It's bolted on there and nothing looks strangely out of place. I'm actually beyond stoked right now. I don't have brake rotors to put on this car, but now that I know that the hub assembly and the knuckle will actually bolt onto the car and looks as if there's not going to be any issues, I'm going to go out, grab the other one off the blue car, put that on this side, chuck a cool wheel on it, drop it down a bit so that we can see what it looks like with some 5-star wheels on there, because I'm fucking motivated now that I know they fit. Working in the mud added like an hour and a half to my to how long it took to get this off. Let's chuck it in. And now with that one rotor on, I'll get all the tools and stuff out of the way and we'll chuck one wheel on to see how it looks. Fuck yes! Damn. That's pretty fucking cool. Oh. So the answer to the question, will R33 knuckles and therefore hubs bolt onto an R32 is yes, they will. And the other question I had in my mind is, what if I just take the hubs out and put them into a 32 knuckle? And the answer to that is an unfortunate no. For some reason, the 32 GTST hubs are different to everything else. So that's where they sort of are different, I guess. In the top housing, where it's got that sort of concave, and the shape of the hub for some reason. If you're looking at doing a 5-star conversion on a 33 or on a 32, or I guess on an S13, you can use an R33 knuckle and pretty well bolt everything up with just the knuckle, you know, being the only part you need to swap out. Anyway, that is going to be it for this week's video, guys. I hope I have helped in some sense. I know for me, myself, 2 weeks ago, had I come across a video like this, I would have been fucking stoked to actually have a solid answer, especially if you don't have 33 knuckles just sitting there to test like I did, luckily. You know, if you have to buy some, well, now you know you don't have to get 32 knuckles, you can get 33 knuckles and send it. So do that, and let me know how you go in the comments. Catch you next week, guys. Bye.